When you first met your daughter-in-law, when your son first started going out with her, what did you think of her and what was your relationship like then?
We thought she was fine. We got on with her very well. We welcomed her into the family and she seemed to get us on with us very well. We have quite a wicked sense of humour and she used to join in with that. And we were extremely fond of her. On the eve of their wedding, I gave her my bride's Bible. It was the Bible I carried on my own wedding day with my wedding bouquet attached to it. It was the most precious thing I could give her, apart from my son, of course. And that was the gift I gave her for her wedding.
So you had no problems with her at all?
None at all.
There's a lot of people who are going to be listening to this story and they will be able to identify with it. And the thing is, we're really talking about parental rights.
Yes.
And it appears there are none. So you and her don't get on, and you say she has decided that you shouldn't see your grandchildren.
Yes, and with my son, obviously our son is involved as well. We last saw our eldest grandson 5 years ago and he was just a baby. We've never seen the youngest child.
But you said there that you got on very well, you had no problems, you got married. So what changed? When did it change?
There seemed to be subtle changes during the first pregnancy, which I put down to the fact she's pregnant, first child, nerves. But it was the first time we saw him. Friends of mine said to me, when you pick your grandchild up for the first time, the love you have is overwhelming. It's like holding your own child. And it was. It was the most amazing experience. But I just felt this vibe from her. That she didn't like it. She didn't like me holding him.
Well, they are the most important thing, which is why you're probably wondering why we are protecting Gloria, not her real name, in telling this story so that we don't identify who she is and therefore the grandchildren involved in all of this. But let me just ask you, was it so bad between you that you can't kiss and make up? Yes, obviously.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's been nearly 5 years now.
Right. And where did your son come in all this? Because, you know, we often hear stories of daughter-in-laws and mother-in-laws falling out, but your son is in the middle of this. How has he reacted?
Well, to begin with, we were aware that things weren't right and we were in contact with him. He asked us not to pop in too often, which we did. At one point, he did say that he would never stop us from seeing our grandchild because he knew how much we loved him. And he just asked us to step back a bit and give them time, which is what we did. But then the relationship just seemed to fall apart.
And you went on holiday for 3 weeks, and when you came back, the phones had been changed and everything.
Yes, the last time we saw our grandson, our son had brought him down to our house and left him to play for a few hours. And when he picked him up, I kissed my grandson goodbye and I said, I'll see you soon. And it was the last time I saw him. The following week, we went on holiday for 3 weeks. The week after we returned, it was our son's birthday, so I phoned him up to wish him a happy birthday and found that he blocked our telephone number.
So, Gloria, what are you looking for? What do you want changed? And for people who are watching this interview this morning and listening to your story, there's an air of caution for them if they are grandparents. What do you want to happen?
I want these adults to think carefully about what they're doing. Unless your children are going to be at risk by having a relationship with their grandparents, it's wrong to deny them that family. I want them to think about the lifelong pain and suffering that they're inflicting on the very people who brought them up and loved them and cared for them. And if there are daughters-in-law out there who are against their parents-in-law, just remember that these are the people who raised the man that you married and that you love. So why not let them be grandparents to your children?
And what is this doing to you and your husband?
It's a living bereavement. I mean, it's been nearly 5 years for us. And we're a lot better than we were. I used to cry all day, all night. We still get upset about it. But we've accepted that the relationship with our son is over. We've moved to try and rebuild our lives. That's all we can do.
And do you hope one day that your grandsons might knock on your door? And if they do, what will you tell them?
We have a memory box for them. We had a chest made with their names engraved, and I'm just
This is
writing.
so sad. This is like a bereavement, actually.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
I've just started writing a journal. I just want them to know about family. They've 2 great-grandmothers that
And
they
the
don't
danger
know.
is they, you know, in years to come, could judge their parents because of this separation.
Yes.